I'm 65 years old. And it took me almost 50 years to understand something basic about women's health that no one ever explained to me. Not my doctors. Not my friends. Not even the women in my own family. If you're over 50 and you felt more tired, more bloated, less like yourself, or noticed your body changing faster than you expected, this may sound familiar. My name is Linda. I'm 65 years old and I've spent most of my life believing that what I was feeling was just part of getting older. I wasn't sick. I wasn't taking strong medications. I thought I was doing fine. But looking back now, I can say this with honesty. I was ignoring my body for years without realizing it. And I wish someone had told me sooner that aging doesn't have to feel like losing yourself little by little. That's why I'm sharing this today. Not as a doctor. Not as an expert. But as a woman who learned the hard way and doesn't want other women to make the same mistake. If you're over 50 and you've ever felt like no one truly talked to you about your health, stay with me. And subscribe to this channel. What I'm about to share may change how you see your own body. For a long time I didn't realize I was slowly losing myself. Not all at once. Little by little. I remember one afternoon very clearly. I was sitting in my kitchen holding a cup of tea, and I suddenly felt exhausted for no clear reason. My body felt heavy. My thoughts felt slow. And I remember thinking, is this really what life is supposed to feel like now? I wasn't sick. But I wasn't well. I had digestive issues almost every day. Bloating after meals. Discomfort I learned to hide. I avoided certain clothes, certain social moments because I never felt comfortable in my own body. My skin changed. My sleep became lighter. My energy disappeared faster than it used to. And emotionally I felt more fragile, more anxious, more disconnected from myself. The silent mistake I made was believing all of this was just aging. No doctor ever sat me down and explained how deeply a woman's health changes after menopause. No one told me that ignoring digestion, gut health, and inflammation could slowly affect everything else. Hormones, mood, immunity, even how young or old you feel inside your own body. So I did what many women do. I normalized it. I pushed through fatigue. I accepted discomfort as my new normal. I told myself, other women my age feel the same way. But deep down something felt wrong. It wasn't age that was taking my vitality. It was neglect. Quiet, unintentional neglect. And the hardest part to admit is this. I waited too long to take myself seriously. Looking back now, I can see how it happened. I was always taking care of everyone else first. My children. My family. My home. Later my grandchildren. There was always someone who needed me more than I needed myself. So I postponed my health. I ignored the small signals. I told myself I would deal with it later. Doctor appointments became something I delayed. Proper meals became something I rushed. Movement became something optional. Rest felt like a luxury I hadn't earned. And slowly, without noticing, I disappeared from my own priorities. What hurts the most is realizing that no one ever told women my age that this phase of life requires more care, not less. After 50, your body doesn't forgive neglect the way it used to. After 60, it speaks louder. And if you don't listen, it starts to take things from you. Energy, clarity, confidence. I wasn't failing at aging. I was failing at caring for myself. That realization was uncomfortable. But it was also the beginning of change. The turning point didn't come from a diagnosis. It came from a moment of honesty. One morning, I looked in the mirror and realized I didn't recognize the woman looking back at me. Not because of wrinkles or gray hair. Those never scared me. But because of how tired she looked. How disconnected she felt from her own body. I remember thinking very clearly, if I keep living like this is how I will feel for the rest of my life. That thought scared me more than aging itself. So I stopped trying to fix everything at once. I didn't chase extreme routines. I didn't follow trends or promises of quick results. I started listening instead. I paid attention to how my body reacted to food. To how my digestion affected my mood. To how my sleep changed when my gut felt heavy or inflamed. What I wish someone had told me earlier is this. After a certain age, your body doesn't respond to pressure. It responds to care. For years I thought being healthy meant doing more. More effort. More control. More discipline. But what my body needed was the opposite. It needed consistency, not perfection. Gentleness, not punishment. Attention, not obsession. I learned to stop asking, what should I cut? And start asking, what does my body actually need right now? Some days that meant eating simpler meals instead of heavier ones. Some days it meant stopping earlier, not pushing through fatigue. Some days it meant resting without guilt. And the most important change wasn't what I added. It was what I finally started noticing. How my belly felt after certain foods. How bloating affected my sleep. How discomfort in my digestion showed up as low energy, irritability, even sadness. No one ever told me that when your digestion struggles, your whole body struggles. Especially as a woman. I used to think feeling heavy, swollen, or tired was just part of getting older. It's not. It's often a sign that something inside needs support, not silence. That realization changed everything for me. Because once I understood where many of my symptoms were really starting, I finally knew where to focus my care. No one ever explained this to me. Not when I was in my 40s. Not even in my 50s. And I see now that most women my age were never told this either. We talk about hormones. We talk about bones. We talk about skin and weight. But almost no one talks about how central the gut is to a woman's health after 50. If I had understood this earlier, so many years would have been different. Because the gut is not just about digestion. It's deeply involved in inflammation, immunity, nutrient absorption, mood, and even hormone balance. There are studies showing that as we age, the diversity of gut bacteria naturally declines, especially in women after menopause. And when that balance is off, the body struggles to regulate inflammation, blood sugar, and estrogen levels properly. That imbalance shows up quietly, as constant bloating, as fatigue that doesn't make sense, as skin that suddenly looks dull, as weight that becomes harder to manage, as a feeling that your body isn't responding the way it used to. Most women don't connect these dots. I didn't. I treated each symptom as something separate instead of seeing the pattern. And what hurts is realizing that this isn't rare. It's common. Many women spend years trying to fix the outside, while the inside is asking for support. Once I understood that my gut needed care, not neglect, everything shifted. I stopped thinking in terms of quick solutions. I focused on rebuilding balance, supporting digestion, reducing inflammation, giving my body what it needed to work with me, not against me. That's when I learned that small, consistent support for gut health can make a profound difference in how a woman feels after 60. Not overnight, not magically, but steadily. And that kind of change is the one that lasts. One of the things that helped me during this phase was realizing that food and habits were important, but sometimes the body also needs extra support. That's when I started looking into natural ways to support gut health more consistently. After researching and paying attention to what actually made sense for women my age, I came across a supplement called Neotonics. What I liked about it is that it focuses on supporting gut balance with natural ingredients, rather than forcing the body or promising quick results. I don't see it as a solution on its own. I see it as support. Something that works alongside simple habits. Better food choices, lighter evenings, paying attention to digestion, and respecting my body's rhythm. For many women, especially after 60, rebuilding gut balance isn't about doing more. It's about supporting what's already there. That's how I approach Neotonics. As part of a bigger picture. As something that helps the body function better from the inside. And as a gentle way to support digestion, immunity, and overall well-being over time. I always say this. Real health doesn't come from one thing alone. It comes from understanding your body and giving it what it truly needs. If you're listening to this and you're over 50, I want you to know something. It's not too late. And it's not just age. Your body is still responding to how you care for it. Every single day. What I've learned over these years is that health after 60 isn't about chasing youth. It's about feeling well in your own body again. Feeling clear. Feeling supported. Feeling at peace with yourself. If supporting your gut health feels like something you want to explore, I've left the link to Neotonics below. Take your time, read about it, and see if it makes sense for you. It's simply something that helped me as part of my own routine. And if you want more honest conversations like this, real experiences, gentle guidance, and practical care for women navigating health and aging, subscribe to this channel. Everything shared here comes from lived experience, not trends. You don't need to do everything at once. You just need to start listening to your body again. And that alone can change more than you imagine.